When she asked for a break, she said it gently, as if trying not to hurt me. She claimed she needed space to think, to find herself, and to breathe without pressure. I nodded, even though my chest felt tight, and watched her pack a small bag like she would be back soon. The house felt strangely quiet after she left. Her cup was still on the table, her scarf on the chair, and her silence filled every room. For the first few days, I barely slept, replaying our last conversation again and again. She still texted occasionally, short messages meant to keep a connection alive. I replied politely, but without emotion, even though part of me hoped she would say she missed me. Instead, she sounded distant, confident that I was waiting exactly where she left me. What she didn't know was that something shifted inside me. The sadness pushed me to face things I had ignored for years. I started waking up early, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. I went back to the gym I had quit long ago and felt my strength return little by little. With every workout, my anger faded, replaced by clarity. I realized how much of myself I had lost trying to keep her happy. Work became my focus next. I took on projects I had always avoided and surprised even myself with how capable I was. My boss noticed the change and trusted me with more responsibility. In the evenings, instead of staring at my phone, I met friends I had neglected. We laughed, talked, and shared stories. And for the first time in a long while, I felt present. Life no longer felt like it was on pause. Meanwhile, her messages became less frequent. She asked casual questions, clearly expecting to hear that I was struggling. I kept my replies calm and brief, not out of pride, but because I truly felt fine. Weeks passed and I began enjoying my own company. I cooked meals just the way I liked them and filled the house with music she never liked. The space she asked for had become my freedom. One night, she called unexpectedly. Her voice was uncertain, and she asked how I was really doing. I told her the truth, that I was doing better than I ever imagined. There was a long silence on the line. She admitted she thought I would fall apart without her, that I would beg her to come back. Hearing that hurt, but it also confirmed how little she had seen me. She said the break hadn't given her the peace she expected. Instead, she felt lost and restless. I listened without interrupting, no longer desperate for her approval. When she asked if we could meet, I agreed, curious rather than hopeful. We met at a cafe that used to be ours, but it felt different now. I noticed how nervous she was, how carefully she chose her words. She told me she wanted to come back, to try again. She spoke about mistakes and second chances, waiting for me to reassure her. But I felt calm, not torn. I told her I had changed during the break, that I finally understood my worth. I explained that I no longer wanted a relationship where I was taken for granted. My voice didn't shake. She looked shocked, almost offended, as if this outcome had never crossed her mind. She had expected tears, not confidence. The power had quietly shifted. When we parted, there were no dramatic promises or angry words, just a soft goodbye and an understanding that things were over. I walked away feeling lighter than I had in years. Back home, I realized the break hadn't broken me at all. It had rebuilt me. What she thought would destroy me had actually set me free. I went to bed that night with a sense of peace I'd never known before. For the first time, my future felt like it truly belonged to me.